And now the home team in today's championship round, the Lake Washington Kangaroos. Introducing number 5, Ethan Liggett. Number 9, Alex Lyon. Number 12, Daichi Tamai. Number 15, Lyle Goldstein. Number 16, Jared Vinson. Number 19, Jared Pennington. Number 20, Marcus Notaboom. Number 31, Justin Amundsen. Number 34, Nick Ludwig. And number 44, Parker Reichel. The batting order as it will be for the Lake Washington Kangaroos. Batting first and playing shortstop, number 24, Austin Larby. Batting second, the second baseman, number 2, Jake Steele. Batting third, the catcher, number 1, Matt Scheffler. Batting cleanup for the Kangaroos, the first baseman, number 7, Kevin Nakahara. Pitching today for the Kangaroos and batting fifth, number 11, Paul Falco. Batting sixth, the right fielder, number 33, Connor Johnson. Batting seventh, the center fielder, number 10, Jake Weichel. Batting eighth, the third baseman, number 3, Kyle Departie. And batting ninth, the DH, number 6, Nation Wood. Defensively at left field, number 27, Caleb Pickens. Lake Washington is coached by head coach Derek Bingham, assisted by Trevor Dunlap, Don Howarth, Nick Pizzuto, and Kirby Young. Ladies and gentlemen, the Lake Washington Kangaroos.
For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Noel. Thank you very much.
He's just about ready to finish up those warm-up tosses, and then we're going to be underway.
Fans throughout the state, the dairy farmers of Washington and their Les Schwab Tire Centers are proud to support high school activities by sponsoring the WI State Tournament.
We're on separate sides.
And we have one more ball game to determine who is the best 3A baseball team in this state.
Lakeside as the visitor this afternoon, they'll lead it off.
Leading off for the Lakeside Lions, the pitcher, number 7, Corbin Carroll.
He will tow into the box, and we'll get this underway. Glad to have you with us here on the NFHS Network. And the first delivery from Falco on the afternoon is a fastball knee-high for strike 1. And that's how we get it going. A couple minutes past scheduled start at 4:03. Falco, the experienced right-hander, looks in. His second delivery is also in at the knees to Carroll, and he forges ahead right away, 0-2. Lake Washington, as we said, took down Southbridge yesterday to get to this title game. Falco's 0-2 pitch brings his catcher Scheffler out of the crouch, a ball and 2 strike. For Lakeside, Carroll this season at the plate has had a good year, 374 average. The 1-2 swing and a miss, and Falco works a strikeout to get it going this afternoon for the Kangs. Let's take a look at their
batting second and playing left field, number 2, Ben Hinthorn.
Lively at short, Steele at second, and Nakahara anchors the bag at first. Scheffler completes the battery with Falco. Ben Hinthorn, last night's winning pitcher for Lakeside, in at the right side of the plate, sees a pitch blown away. 1-0 to Hinthorn. As a team, Lakeside has hit .378 this season. The next from Falco misses south again. And Hinthorn's ahead in the count, 2-0. A small roster for Lakeside School. Just 14 names on the card that they brought to Pasco this weekend. Also marked the first time that they won a game in the round of 16, the first time they got a win in the state playoffs altogether. Another out on 4 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. And Falco's 2-2 on the ground towards short. This will be a lively. Plays on a couple skips over the first. Nice and high for Nakahara. That's out number 2. Washington is excited as can be to have him pitching here in game 2 of the weekend. They got a great start yesterday from Ludwig. First pitch, lower inside edge to Dietz is a strike, 0-1. Falco does not look to be rattled by the stage at all here this afternoon, getting right down to work in the first. Here's a ball lifted into right center field. To his left, Weichel has got it all the way. Secures the catch, and that is out number 3 in the top of the first. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left for Lakeside. We go to the home half. Lake Washington will take its first swings. After this is WIAA 3A State Championship Baseball on the NFHS Network. For their left-hander, Corbin Carroll, the southpaw.
Leading off for the Kangaroos, the shortstop, number 24, Austin Lively.
Black cap to second base. Austin Lively to start it for Lake Washington on the day. After a 1-2-3 top half. And the first pitch from Carroll is low to Lively. A ball and no strikes. Behind the dish, our arbiter this afternoon, Rich Lemo. Tom Byers at first and Kevin Rose at third. Even at a ball and a strike. Lakeside this season has lost just 4 games, a contrast to what freshmen on this team saw their first year. Their first year in maroon and gold, they only won 4 games. Now they've only lost 4, and they got a chance to bring a title to their school. 1-2 lifted down the left field line, and crossing into foul territory, making the catch on the move is Hinthorn, and he brings it in for out number 1 on the day. And so far, the first 4 we've seen to the plate for either side have all been retired. He brings up Jake Steele.
Batting second, the second baseman, number 2, Jake
Rest of the way down the lineup for Lake Washington: Scheffler, Nakahara, Falco, Johnson, Weichel, DeParty, and Wood. The first delivery from Carroll upstairs above the lettering of Steele. Ball and no strikes. Sign and is able to push it past Steele. Foul tipped into the glove of Shaw, who hung on. 1 ball and 1 strike. Lake Washington, a much bigger school than Lakeside. The 1-1 foul high away down the first baseline, a ball and 2 strikes. To give you an idea, for the Lakeside Lions, their high school enrollment, 568 students, 270 classified at the middle school level. That's because Lakeside services grades 5 to 12. 1-2 misses high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So with just 568 upper students for Lakeside, Lake Washington has a total of 1,496, nearly 3 times the size. But not troubling for Carroll at all as he strikes out Steele. And he's retired the first 2 he's faced, and a chance to try to see Falco's 1-2-3.
Batting third, the catcher, number 1, Matt Scheffler.
The disparity in enrollment very visible on the rosters for these 2 teams. Lake Washington's roster nearly twice as large. A fly ball in the right center field. Calling it off and taking control in right center is Bailey. He makes the catch on a 1-pitch fly out into right. And how about this? We might have a pitching battle in the 3A state championship game. Both teams feeling each other out, but we're scoreless through 1 at Geisa Stadium. This is the WIAA 3A state baseball championship on the effort late into the afternoon. It was a 9-inning game.
Now coming to the plate,
for
the
Lake
catcher,
Washington.
number
They had to get
6,
2 extra innings
Ryan Shaw.
to get to the state championship game. In contrast to Lakeside, who used 2 fewer innings to get to the state championship game at 5 on that 10-run rule game. Pitch outside to Ryan Shaw to start him off in the second. A ball and no strikes. Shaw, one of the big-time leaders for Lakeside, a senior on this team, clubs one towards right center. This is going to get down, able to get to it to the right fielder. Johnson pulls it in, but a single for Shaw, and that's the first hit of the game for either side, smoking it into the right center field gap. Xander Bailey, the right fielder, now will have his chance. Looks like we'll see a runner here as well. Lakeside on their roster. They've got multiple freshmen in sight. No other team has more than one. Here's a bunt to the left of the hill. Falco picks it up, flips it underneath to Nakahara. That'll beat Bailey to the bag. 1-3 on the putout, first out of the second. Falco takes the peek back and offers low to Cooper. A ball and no strikes. For Lake Washington, they came so close to a state championship in 2014, second that year. The 1-0 on the hands fouled back. Most recently 2004, 1994, 1992 as well. Falco's 1-1. Fouled back over the press box just to our right side. A ball and 2 strikes now. Grady Miller from Wenatchee in the 4A game had 128 pitches. And a breaking ball, nice right at the knees to Cooper. Gets him looking, and that throws the Lakeside first baseman. 2 gone now for the Lions, and Shaw will have to stay put at second.
Number 21,
He's got a
Sam
chance
Bay.
to try to get out of this rough spot in the second. With a pitch into the knees to Bay for strike 1. Sam Bay, a guy that's been playing through pain all season, according to head coach Brian Woodward, but has done everything he can to help his club out. Again, another one of those curve balls, but it just misses this time from Falco on the lower inside edge. Ball and a strike. The pitchers yesterday that had great command of their off-speed stuff were the ones that were able to get their team to the state title game. No surprise. The pitch lifted to right field. Motoring to his left, Johnson crossing into foul territory. He slides and he makes the catch. Rolling up on top of the bullpen for the Kangs. And that's out number 3 in the top of the second. A hit for Lakeside. They leave their runner aboard.
1 hit for the Lions, 1 left on base.
Scoreless here in Pasco. This is
Bottom of the second coming up.
3A State Baseball Championship on the NFHS Network.
Lead off the inning
Kevin
for Lake
Nakahara
Washington.
leading
The first baseman, number 7, Kevin Nakahara.
Like the game you're enjoying here this afternoon, then tell your school to sign up for the NFHS Network School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all of their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to www.nfhsnetwork.com/SBP. And a quick first out in the home half of the second. Nakahara lifting 1 to left. 1 away for Lake Washington. Yields for the pitcher.
Now batting, the pitcher, number 11, Paul Falco.
Swing for Lake Washington yesterday. He went 2 for 4 with a run batted in. Nearly gets plunked on the first offering, but dances out of the way for ball 1. Pitcher versus pitcher here, the best part of high school baseball. Can carry your team on the hill and at the plate. Going inside to Falco, 2 balls and no strikes. Yesterday for Lake Washington, 6 of their 9 in the starting lineup got hits. Had a good offensive game. Falco. 3 walks yesterday for Lake Washington in the contest against Southridge. Kangs went 4 for 14 with runners in scoring position. They will not see a walk yet. Pitch in at the letters to Falco. Let's take the count to 3-1. We'll see if he gets green light now here from Derek Bingham. And the offer on the ground, third base side. A late bounce, gloved nicely by Goodwin across the diamond. He goes for out number 2. And Carroll rolling right along here. The first 5 up, all retired. He's got
Now coming to the plate for the Kangaroos, the right fielder, number 33, Connor Johnson.
For Lake Washington, a season to remember so far. They started off with 7 straight wins. The carryover from last year, they won their last 9 games going into the state tournament a year ago. First delivery lifted, right field line, long run into foul territory for Baylor. Just 1 game away from bringing the state championship trophy home to Kirkland.
Fans, as is always our tradition at the state tournament, please make sure that you return the foul balls to the nearest dugout.
Last year, really tough luck for Lake Washington in the playoffs. The pitch fouled off first base. Lake Washington lost 1-0 in 13 innings despite a fantastic outing by their starter. And the pitch just grazes the left sleeve of Johnson. He's hit by a pitch to get aboard. And Lake Washington now has its first base runner of the afternoon. That was a heartbreaking 13-inning loss last year. Lake Washington's starting pitcher went 11
Now
innings.
batting the center fielder, number 10, Jake Weichel.
Both pitchers ended up under 110 pitches. That's an economical day at the office. Weichel sees up and away in his first at-bat of the afternoon. Hard to miss that long flowing hair he's got spilling out of the batting helmet as well. Has to bend out of the way of an inside half fastball. And 2 balls and no strikes. Weichel ahead in the count. Maybe the only trouble so far for Carroll is he started off 4 of his first 7 batters with first pitch balls. Hard to work from behind the count. And now it gets even tougher as he misses high. 3 balls and no strikes. Told you, a young team for Lakeside, quite the opposite for Lake Washington. 14 seniors on this club. And Carroll has to pause atop the hill and reset as he disengages the rubber. Checks his runner again, Johnson with the lead at first, and now offers him a strike. 3 balls and 1 strike. He's still just an easy ground ball away from getting through 2 untouched. Outside, he misses for ball 4, and he'll walk Weichel. Now first and second, the runners for Lake Washington. And just as Lakeside did in the top half, now the Kangs have their first opportunity with a runner in scoring position. There'll be a conference up atop.
Now batting the third baseman, number 3, Kyle DePartie.
Corbin Carroll and try to calm him down. Corbin had started so nicely this afternoon, retiring his first 5 straight. Now he's run into a bit of trouble, hitting 1 and walking 1. Kyle DePartie wants to keep that trouble rolling. Cleats in right side. 2 runners to their leads. And the first pitch runs and bounces up off the footing of DePartie. So he's hit by pitch. And make it now 5 of 8 batters. Started off with first pitch balls, and the bases are full for the Kangs.
Now coming to the plate for Lake Washington, the DH,
It looked like it
number
was
6,
slipping away
Nation
for Lake Washington.
Wood.
Turns into their first opportunity on the left side. We told you 14 seniors on this team. This guy's the lone freshman. And a strike on the inside half is there. 0-1. Nation started on the junior varsity team. Got a chance to come up, work some spot work for the Kangs, and then he got a spot start, and ever since he's been running with it to a starting spot in the order. The pitch low and outside to Wood, 1 ball and 1 strike. And the freshman in a huge spot here. Nowhere to put him. Sacks full of Kangs. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Carroll gets 1 pass. Carroll looking for strikeout number 2 on the day. This would be a big spot to get it. Surrounded by Kangs. And the pitch swung on and missed, and Carroll does get out of the second. bases full. Nobody got on with a hit, but nobody will score as well. And we're through 2 here at Geisa Stadium in Pasco.
No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 left on base by the Kangaroos.
WIAA 3A State Baseball Championship action on the NFHS Sports Network.
The third inning for the Lakeside Lions. The third baseman, number 9, Kellen Goodwin.
Trevor Williams with you, our producer Kevin Rounce. Glad to have you with us here in the Tri-Cities. Swing and a miss by Goodwin. And Falco, another strong fastball offered in. Falco's been impressive so far to start today. Went over his minimum early. Here's a pitch off the hands, tough bounce against the first baseman Nakahara. Falco, a hustle play trying to cover first, and he doesn't glove it on the throw from the second baseman Steele. That was nearly a fantastic bailout play for Falco after a rough bounce on Nakahara. We'll see if it's ruled an error base hit. Late bounce against Nakahara will go. Nearly a bailout, as we said. Falco heads up, hustling to first to cover that open spot. He's going to check on his runner right away, and Goodwin will ball that Brian Woodward and the Lions will play. Showing bunt all the way is Baker. He pulls it back. Pitch is there on the outer half, 0-1. Lakeside likes to go for those opportunities, sacrifice bunts, anything to get guys into scoring position. We saw it already in the second when they want to move a runner up. Another check on first when they've got guys in position. Ready for Falco is 0-1. Or outside edge is there. 4 balls and 2 strikes. Falco's throwing a lot of strikes today. 19 of 25 pitches to start have been in the zone. And the senior's 0-2. Diving away from the batter, Baker. Falco will take time atop the hill. Baker's going to back off. Yesterday against Sumner, Zane was 1 for 2 in RBI, 2 runs scored and a walk. Not bad work out of the 9 spot. Falco settles. Runner to his back, and the 1-2. Strike 3 called, and looking at Baker, he's down. Strikeout number 3 for Falco, first out of the top half of the third. Important one to set the tone right away with that leadoff base runner. So Falco will take it back
now
to the
to
top
plate,
of the order with 1 man gone.
the pitcher, number 7, Corbin Carroll.
Brings up Corbin Carroll. His first time up, struck out swinging to start the afternoon for Falco. One of those first 3 strikeouts. Pitch misses low to Carroll, 1-0. So Lakeside, we told you, is a small school, but it's got an alumni base that you're going to recognize. Hard liner up the middle, right into center field, and the pitcher Carroll helping out his own cause for that seeing eye single. Runners to first and second. Bill Gates and Paul Allen. Bill
Now
Gates,
batting the left fielder, number 2,
Paul Allen,
Ben
class of
Hinthorn.
1971. Of course, co-founders at Microsoft, with the runners taking their leads. Here's a pitch towards second. Could be a double play ball. Flip to short. Lively on to first to Nakahara in time. 4-6-3. 1 pitch. All Falco needed to get out of trouble in the third. And that'll take care of business for the Kangs. An error, a hit in the top half for Lakeside, and they're going to lead 1 runner on base. Home half of the third.
1 hit, 1 error.
From Geisa Stadium
No runs.
in the 3A
Still
baseball
scoreless.
state championship on the high school.
Leading off the shortstop, number 24, Austin Lively.
First run this afternoon. Austin Lively, the leadoff man, he's going to get hit in the shoulder blades to start the third. And Lively will be aboard right away for the Kangs. Carroll had trouble. He hit Connor Johnson in the second after retiring his first 5 straight. It was the first base runner he allowed. And now he gives up his first leadoff
baseman number 2, Jake
now it's shown bunt for Steele, lays it down. Carroll's going to play it and take the for sure out at first. Now move the runner up. Lively.
Number 1, Matt Scheffler.
Lakeside and Lake Washington, both programs that have had the winningest seasons now in school history. For Lake Washington at 23 wins, and for Lakeside 22. First pitch is strike to Matt Scheffler, lower inside edge, no balls and 1 strike. This also no surprise for Lakeside this year was their highest placed league finish in school history. A liner back up the middle. We'll see if Lively gets the round. He does from third. He's coming in to score, and Lake Washington breaks the board first this afternoon. Matt Scheffler, the RBI single to put the Kangs in front. Scheffler, an important piece of this puzzle for the Kangs this season, and he comes up with RBI number 1 on the day. And now important to see how Lakeside's going to respond to
the first baseman, number 7, Kevin Nakahara.
Carroll climbing back atop the bump from behind, and he'll face the cleanup man, Kevin Nakahara, as it doesn't get any easier. Scheffler following up on a day yesterday in which he went 2 for 4 with an RBI and a walk. Now taking his paces from first. Carroll's first delivery in there for a strike. Scheffler on that lead at first, works out of the shadows of a light stack down the first base line. And the next pitch, lower outside edge, again, Carroll keeping it away from knockout. That light stack and the couple in right field, the only things casting shadows on this beautiful sunshiny afternoon in Pasco. Carroll staring straight at his runner, the 0-2 pitch, swing, and it's foul tipped off of the catcher, Ryan Shaw. So it's Ryan Shaw with the class move to take a conference out to the hill with Corbin and 2 strikes. Carroll trying to rebound after Lake Washington got its first run of the day. They lead 1-0. Runner goes, pitches high, Shaw sprawls to it. He's going to throw a 3-hopper out behind second, covering Baker to stop it from going into center, but a stolen base for Matt Scheffler. So an RBI and a steal already for Sheff. And now he's checking in scoring position. Lake Washington 1 for 2 today with runners in scoring position. Pitch outside to Nakahara. Receives the first ball of this at-bat, a ball and 2 strikes. Yesterday, 4 for 14 with runners in scoring position for the Kangs. Lakeside, a mighty impressive 7 for 14. The 2-2 breaking ball, skied to the press box. Go playing off the bleachers will stay a while. A game that was scoreless through 4. Hard to believe when you see that final score on the box score at 11-0. But sometimes that's how it goes. The 2-2 pitch, low and outside. We're blinded for a second. Our game fans down in front. Sometimes they're not down in front. Sometimes they're up in front. Here's the payoff from Carroll. And it misses just off the lower outside edge. Nakahara, what a walk to work. He was down 0-2, had to foul off a couple pitches before he even saw the first ball of the at-bat. And an 8-pitch at-bat later, and it's first and second for Lake Washington. And now on his pitcher, Corbin Carroll. Tough game for Lake Washington. Another game in which they lost by just 1 run. Told you about the round of 16 game last year already. 14 state tournament was they outscored opponents 34-6.
Now batting the pitcher, number 11, Paul Falco.
Right through that tournament until they ran into the state championship game in Ellensburg. Claimed the crown. Carroll now ready for the pitch to Falco, and it's busted through the left side. Getting around at third is Scheffler. He's coming home trying to score. Throw to Shaw. Tries to place a tag. He can't hold on to the baseball anyways. Scheffler scores. Falco to first with an RBI single. It's 2-0. And moving to third on the play is Kevin Nakahara. RBI single for Paul Falco, the pitcher helping out his own cause. First pitch he saw. Scheffler good wheels around third for the backstop. He just got around the what would be tried tag for Shaw. He wasn't able to hang on to the baseball anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered. We have a courtesy runner at first for Lake Washington. That's Jared Pennington. Pennington, a junior Runner squeeze play, taking off from third. It's popped up behind the plate. I wasn't going to have time to get there. 0-1. That was a straight suicide squeeze for Lake Washington. They weren't afraid to put it on there. They obviously had a lot of faith in Connor Johnson there to put that down. Luckily, when he didn't, no one was able to get to it. They show the squeeze this time. Runner's going to stay put. Pitch misses low and inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. That becomes tougher to do. Once you've shown it once, people are at least a little more aware that it might be coming. I'm sure Lakeside might have been caught a bit off guard by a suicide squeeze this early. Runner takes off from first. Pitch is high. No try to get Pennington, who's running there. So Pennington gets the stolen base. And you can bet with the aggressiveness of Lake Washington, had the throw gone to second, they might have been having designs of sneaking Nakahara home. Infield all the way in now, 2-1 on the ground to third. Coming home with it to Shaw is Goodwin. The throw's on target and Shaw places the tag. That had to be perfect for Goodwin to Shaw, and it was. The fielder's choice and Falco to third. Derek Bingham's going to come check in with the home plate umpire. Out this one. Play looked good from where we were. Goodwin had a throw on the mark. The runner trying to slide home Nakahara clearly has his sliding mark out wide right of the bag. The question is whether or not Shaw got that tag applied. And
now at the plate for the Lake Washington Kangaroos, the center fielder, number 10, Jake Weichel.
Jake Weichel will try to add to this newfound 2-0 lead for the Kangs. Weichel's first time up, he walked. One of 2 early walks surrendered by Carroll. Pitch outside, misses. Ball and no strikes to Weichel. Plenty of action here in the bottom of the third. We'll see what'll happen with the runner at first base, Johnson. Lake Washington's been moving guys around a lot early. And the 1-0. Swing and a miss for Weichel. Weichel yesterday 1 for 3 with a walk. Carroll will step off. 2 hits to either side. An error for Lake Washington and a 2-0 lead. Weichel an hour after the conclusion of this 3A championship. Runner goes from first. The 1-2 fouled out. Lake Washington would have to feel good the way Falco's been pitching if they could find one more here. Johnson goes again. Weichel lifts it. Right field. For Lake Washington this year, you know they've only got 2 losses, and both times they lost to last year's 3A state champion, Mercer Island. Runner goes, pickoff towards first. Now they got to go home because the runner was taken off from third. Throw is low, it trips up the courtesy runner, Pennington, who's tagged out at the plate, and lucky for Lakeside, that worked out okay. You can score it 1-3-2 on the final putout of the inning. That means White going to the top half of the fourth here at Giesa Stadium in Pasco. Lake Washington has claimed its first lead. They tried to add to it with a double steal in the bottom of the third, but Lakeside was just able to snuff it out. They got a throw to the plate in time that kind of tripped up.
Leading off the inning for the Lakeside Lions,
runner for Paul
the center
Falco,
fielder, number 8,
Washington
Matt
pitcher.
Dietz.
It was dangerous for Pennington. He took a tumble at the end. Luckily, he looked okay getting off the field. 2-0 Kangs. They came up with 2 runs on 2 hits, left 1 aboard. So Falco now to face Dietz to start the fourth, and he misses away. Ball and no strikes. Boy, though, the Kangs put everything on the line there in the third. They were sending runners left and right. They even tried a suicide squeeze play. Now fastball checks in knee high to even the count at 1-1. Falco was the league MVP in the Kinko 3A. Also voted Star Times by the Seattle Times. His 1-1 on the ground towards short. Lively's going to pick it free, throw to first. Nakahara gets a stab at it, and it's there for out number 1 in the top.
Number 6, Ryan Shaw.
Kangs had a huge double play yesterday after evening the score with Southridge in the bottom of the 5th. That kept them tight in that one before they could pick free one more run to take a 5-4 final in 9. Breaking pitch to Shaw was there for strike one. Shaw singled his first time up, got as far as second. He was left there. Falco really lost the handle on his second offering, barely in front of home. 58 feet 6 inches to the plate. Sometimes they'll say a 58-foot pitch. That one you have to give it more, 55-foot pitch. And that still might be a bit generous. It was well out in front of the dish. Falco the breath, 1-1 to Shaw inside, buzzing over the shoe tops. 2 balls and 1 strike. Ryan Shaw, I told you, senior leader on this club, but also a big-time offensive producer for Lakeside. Team's leader in average coming into the weekend at 562. Breaking ball to the mound. Athletic move by Falco to grab it to his left, throws back across the body and gets Shaw. It's not the prettiest 1-3 putout you're ever going to see, but Falco moving well to the ball off the rubber and quick reactions to get out number 2.
Now batting the right fielder, number 11, Xander Bailey.
With his 305 average on the season. It's been a force to be reckoned with on the mound. I told you about the 10-0 record. Misses inside to Xander Bailey, a ball and no strikes. 51 2/3 innings pitched on the season coming into play with just 13 earned runs allowed, 47 strikeouts. Paints the lower outside edge of the black. Ball and a strike. Good fastball offered by Bailey there. Lakeside felt a little tight, they said yesterday, in the first 4 innings when they were scoreless with Sumner, and now a shown bunt pulling back as Bailey, all that tightness went away. Brian Woodward hoped it was going to be a bit of a way to set the energy for today's game. Ground ball to Lively. Again, a nice pick. Scoops it up, throws to first, gets it there in time. And Austin Lively, very sure-handed defender for the Kangs, comes up with 2 putouts in a 1-2-3 top of the 4th for Lake Washington. Lakeside still trying to scratch the scoreboard. It's the Kangs 2 and the Lions nothing. We're halfway home here. It's also available for all subscribers via our mobile site. Log on to nfhsnetwork.com from your smartphone or tablet.
Starting at the top of the inning for the Lake Washington Kangaroos, the center fielder, number 10, Jake Weichel.
Trevor Williams with you this afternoon. Our producer Kevin Rounce alongside. Happy to be bringing you this 3A Baseball State Championship. The front for Weichel right away here in the 4th. It's a good one on the 3rd base line. He'll beat it up to strike, and he's on base to start it off with a bunt single. That's big time for Jake Weichel, who had seen 5 pitches in his last at-bat before Lake Washington tried the double steal in the home half of the 3rd and left him at the plate. This time he wastes no time in getting aboard, and the Kangs have a base runner right away.
Now batting the 3rd baseman, number 3, Kyle DePartie.
Plate. DePartie is senior. We check on first. Weichel back in standing up. This season for DePartie, a 333 average, awfully consistent batter. Pitch upstairs misses, 1 ball, no strikes. 81 plate appearances into the weekend. It scored 17 runs, 17 RBIs, and 17 hits. I told you about his consistency. A pitch low and inside, 2 balls and no strikes. To go along with that, he's part of a stout defensive Lake Washington team. Alex Lively had a couple nice picks at short in the last half inning, the 2-0. Bunt towards the first base side, popped foul. 2 balls and a strike. Again, Lake Washington trying to move a runner with their speed, maybe trying to steal an extra runner as well here in this 4th inning if they could get DePartie aboard on a bunt single. Talking earlier this week with Derek Bingham about his defense, though, he particularly keyed in on Alex Lively, that shortstop. He said he doesn't have the vision of a guy. You show up to the park, he doesn't look like the most amazing shortstop you've ever seen, but he's so consistent that Coach Bingham said he wouldn't trade Lively for anybody at short on this Kang squad. Runner's taken off, the throw goes behind to first. Now they've got Weichel caught in a rundown. He's trying to turn back, but he's staring right into the eyes of, I believe, the shortstop Baker of the home half for Lake Washington. Carroll the offer. And it's outside, make it 3 balls and 1 strike to DeParty. Defensively, that fielding percentage at .971 for Lake Washington into the weekend. And a sky and 1 behind second base on the 3-1. Second baseman called off for the right fielder coming in, Bailey. Usually the smarter play, and Bailey will secure the catch in very shallow right field for out number 2. So Carroll with a pickoff and a pop-up now has gotten it back under control in the 4th and trying to keep the Lions right here in striking distance.
Now batting the DH, number 6, Nation Wood.
So lefty on lefty here at the bottom of the Kang order. An off-speed pitch changeup gets past Wood to the big cut and miss, 0-1. Told you about Nation and Derek Bingham joking that it might have been a little awkward at the beginning of the season when he came up to the varsity squad. Now no balls and 2 strikes. The lone freshman, remember there's no sophomores for the Kangs, the rest all juniors and seniors. So he literally knew nobody when he came to the varsity squad. The 0-2 runs in and it gets him on the bag. So now Wood hit by pitch. And he'll be aboard at first base with 2 gone in the bottom of the 4th. With that pitch from Carroll, he's now up to 60 on the day, and he's thrown 35 of the 60 for strikes.
Now coming to the plate for the Kangaroos, the shortstop,
Back to the top,
number 24, Austin Lively.
Lively, a defensive-minded shortstop. And the first pitch to Lively, off the zone a bit, ball no strikes. Lively was hit by a pitch. He later came around to score the game's first run in the 3rd. That was on an RBI single for Matt Scheffler. The second delivery outside, 2 balls and no strikes to Lively. Also took the catcher shot to the dirt. Check on first, diving. Lively this season coming into the weekend, it had 88 total chances and only committed 3 errors. That tells you about his defensive ability. A 2-0 curve touches the outside half of the plate, 2 balls and 1 strike. 88 chances, 3 errors. What a season for Lively. To check on first again. This time, not even a throw offered, it's just a glance at Wood. Now they will snap throw, and Wood has to get down again. And he's in safely. Carroll not too terribly high on the pitch count. That's not a huge concern, and he's gotten out of some of the major troubles he's had. A lofted pitch to left, caught by Pinthorn, who stands underneath, and that will end the 4th inning. So a little bit of trouble there in the frame for Carroll, but both times he gets out of it on a bunt single and a batter hit by pitch. And through 4 here at Geesa's Stadium.
1 hit, 1 error for the Kangaroos.
Lakeside, nothing in this battle.